welcome to this episode of Millennial Motoring, and today we're doing a lap comparison and analysis between my personal best lap from October of 2019 and March of 2021 at Streets of Willow. Premiere Pro is a little optimistic. For some reason, it's saying the laps are a 132.4 and a 130.4, when in actuality it was a 132.8 and a 130.8. So, a little optimistic from Premiere, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the laps. So I'm going to play the video at half speed here so we can kind of take a little more time to digest everything that's going on. So first things first, I want to note speed at the start-finish line. So I was at 99 miles an hour at the start-finish line in October, but my recent trip in March, I was only at 96 miles an hour. So that tells me I got a much better launch off the corner on my original lap in October, and I did something to slow myself down by 3 miles an hour on the exit of the final corner. So that's something I have to look into on my next visit. You know, what caused that, and how can I improve? Moving on. Now we're braking. So I'm braking right at the start-finish line here, and I broke about a car and a half after. Another thing I want you to notice, I immediately went down to third. I'm down into third here, and I went down into second. So I got all my braking and my shifting done in the straight line before I turn in. And if you look here, I'm already turning into the corner. I'm already aiming for this apex, and here I haven't started turning yet. So by the time I start turning, I'm missing the apex on purpose for this one, and I'm trying to clip the curb here. So the reason I decide to miss the apex for this is I want to square myself up for the second corner, whereas here I'm just trying to hit the apex. And if you notice, I actually went down into second here, which can upset the car when you're turning. So it's another reason I downshift in a straight line, just to not upset the car. It's looking pretty steady through the corner. And if we stop right here, we can see my trajectory for the next couple corners. And I'm really, really shallow. I'm kind of aimed here, like right where my index finger is. It's kind of where the car is aimed. And that's obviously not great because you're going to lose a lot of speed running through the gravel here. And you're not having a great line set up for the rest. Here, it still needs some improvement, but I'm further over to the right. So I could probably square this corner up a little bit more so I can come in at a straighter angle. But went through there pretty nice. Big oversteer moment right here. Looking pretty smooth through here. A little bit of correction there. Now another thing I want you to notice is I'm kind of far out from the gravel here. I'm bringing the car closer. You can see the wheels turn, so I'm trying to bring the car closer this way. Whereas here I'm already kind of turning away from the left side of the track. A little bit of correction. I'm still turning in early here, but it's much later than it was here. So something I still need to work on is turning in early for this corner. I need to turn in a bit later than I currently am. So another thing I want you to notice, I grabbed third gear at one point between turn 3 and turn 4. So that has killed my speed. So coming onto the back straightaway here, you can see that I'm in second gear. I'm at 7,500 RPM, and over here, and it's same speed. And here I'm in third gear at 5,000 RPM, so definitely below VTEC. Even though the speed's the same, I am going to have much, much better straight line speed at the end because I'm already in the power band here, whereas I wasn't here. So definitely a second gear corner. So let's cruise on down the back straightaway. And you can see the difference in speed. I'm 70 miles an hour here, 65 miles an hour here. So about 5 miles an hour difference. That was better in March than it was in October. So grabbing the brakes down into third, fairly shallow line into the bowl. Same thing here, fairly shallow line. Overall, fairly tidy. So one thing I do want to point out, for this corner, back in October, I was not able to go flat through this corner, whether it was driver confidence or grip, track condition, or whatever. Definitely a mixture of all three. I was not able to go flat through this corner. I didn't feel that I was able to go flat through this corner. Whereas here, I just had my foot to the floor and everything was fine. Grip was there, car was there, confidence was there. So it's, that can be, a tenth or two But yeah, good line to the S's. Little bit of a correction. And I leave the car in third here. But if we look in March, I'm braking and grabbing second. And I'm still turning in pretty early. I can turn in probably another car length later than I am. But now that I'm down into second gear, I have a much better run down to this hairpin. Whereas here, again, I'm at 5,500 RPM in third gear. I'm bogging the car. Whereas here, I was in the power band all the way down this straightaway. And I can kind of let the momentum carry me into this corner, let the RPM stay high. You see, taking time away to downshift here. Pretty decent line through there. Now I'm back on the power. I'm in VTEC. I'm able to go up into third. Whereas here, I'm in second, and I bang it off the rev limiter. Not the most efficient way. Not able to carry as much speed as I can. Down into second here. Not a bad line, but I think I did actually have a better line here in October than I did this most recent trip in March. So that's a quick little analysis of the lap. Definitely overall, the lap in March is better. Obviously, it's 2 seconds faster than this one in October. But I still think there's things I can learn from this lap in October that can make me faster and eventually get me down into the 129s. I think this is definitely a solid lap, and I'm happy with my personal best for the day, but there's always room for improvement, and yeah, I know what I can do for next time. So thank you for watching.